Just when I thought that 2025 was already going to put a dent into my wallet, it may even completely burn my entire wallet, and it may be the very best year of Funko Pops ever if these come true. What's up, guys? I'm DK Wrestler, and today I'm going to be talking about the latest Funko Pop leaks that have been surfacing the internet, or at least the majority of what I can actually talk about. So let's get right to it. So first up on this list that came out shortly after I did the previous video is two new sets of mystery minis for Sonic the Hedgehog and Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice definitely makes sense with a lot of popularity going towards it because of Beetlejuice, but I am really excited for the prospect of a Sonic the Hedgehog mystery mini set. I can already predict that like Sonic, Knuckles, and Tails will all be 1 in 6 figures, more easily accessible figures. Well, let's say maybe like an Amy Rose, Shadow, Dr. Eggman, those are going to be 1 in 12, but then when you get characters like Cream and Cheese, Silver the Hedgehog, some of these more obscure characters will be from the 1 in 24s all the way until even maybe a brand new character that hasn't been made into a Funko Pop as a 1 in 72 figure. Next up is going to be a Pop Premium of Blue with Thinking Chair from Blue's Clues. In the last video we talked about a Magenta Pop coming out. I never understand the whole thing about Pop Premium and Pop Plus. I just think it's kind of a pointless way of adding a couple of more dollars. Look at the recent Cookie Monster sitting on a chair. You're selling that at a normal common price. Why does Blue have to be even more expensive than that Cookie Monster? Next up is a pop of Sid for Toy Story that's going to be a specialty series exclusive. See, this is what I was referring to. Right after I talked about that Toy Story 30th anniversary set, they had to actually announce that there may be a Sid Pop coming out in 2025. Going to burn my wallet even more since Toy Story is the #1 set that I collect Funko Pops for, and finally we get Sid in pop form. Then for all of you horror fans, there's going to be some Chucky Pops coming out for the Chucky show, more specifically Melted Chucky, Old Chucky, and Phantom Chucky. And unfortunately, I have yet to see the new Chucky show on, like, is it Sci-Fi, or I can't exactly remember the channel name that the show airs on, but I know that a lot of people were excited about it. Some people have enjoyed this show, so it makes sense for Funko Pops to come out for the show, and I can't wait to see what all these look like, including Melted Chucky. Then we got Pops for Saw coming out, which we have Jigsaw Killer with a chase, and then a 10-inch Billy the Puppet. So this is a really awesome announcement because we haven't gotten Saw Pops in God knows how long, with that OG Billy Pop that is somewhere up in like the $500 range. So it's really cool that Funko is diving back to some of those sets that they haven't made in 10 plus years, and now it could be more accessible to newer collectors within the last 10 years. Continuing on the train of horror, specifically with Terrifier, it is Art the Clown with a decapitated head candy bowl. Holy shit. I actually just talked about in our top 10 list, how could Funko up the ante on Terrifier? And this seems to be the case, where we're gonna have a decapitated head in a Funko Pop form, especially when you look at the leaked photo, is that they had to blur out the photo of the decapitated head. Geez, I don't know what to expect anymore for 2025 when it comes to Terrifier, except insane Funko Pops. Then we have 3 more sets of Funko NFTs coming out, which it looks like we're gonna be having ourselves Series 2 of The Matrix, Series 1 of Jurassic World, and Series 3 of Transformers. Now, funny enough, this leak came out the very same day as when I previously did the latest Funko NFT leak video and predicting the different redeemables, and if you're wondering, of course I had to do the same thing with these specific ones. So for Jurassic World Series 1, I have the Grail being Mosasaurus, Legendaries being Claire Deering and Owen Grady, and Sir Benjamin Lockwood, with an Ultra figure being a bloody version of an Indominus Rex, and then the royalty being Freddy Funko as a paddock supervisor. The Matrix Series 2, I have the Grail being Morpheus holding Red Pill and Blue Pill, legendary figures of Cypher, the Woman in Red, and Neo with the deformed mouth, and then the royalty being Freddy Funko as Morpheus. And I'm sure that there will be an extra legendary, or maybe there'll be an Ultra figure, considering I think there was actually 6 figures in that first set that came out. And last but not least, Transformers Series 3, the Grail being a new version of Megatron, legendaries of Rat Trap, Cyclone, bonus, Wheeljack, an Ultra figure of Galvatron, and then the royalty being Freddy Funko as Starscream. For all you anime fans, there's going to be a pop of Rob Lucci from One Piece, which also has a chase and will be an exclusive. Even though I haven't seen One Piece at all because I don't have time to commit to 64 episodes per season, but I do think that this will either be a Hot Topic exclusive or a Funko Shop exclusive, because we've seen in the past having exclusives with chases for both of those retailers. Next up is down my alley with a brand new wave of WWE Pops, where we have CM Punk, Roman Reigns, a Funko Pop Plus of Jade Cargill, and a 2-pack of the New Age Outlaws. It's no surprise to me that the best in the world, the voice of the voiceless, CM Punk, is going to be getting a Funko Pop at this point, because it is very expensive for either or of the OG CM Punk Pops. And I would love to see some Comic-Con exclusives in 2025 where maybe we date back to maybe like straight edge society CM Punk. And with the Roman Reigns, I think it's exactly what's shown in the photo here, and that is him shirtless with the Ula Fala with the current iteration of the undisputed WWE Championship. The Funko Pop Plus of Jade Cargill, I don't exactly know what will make it so Pop Plus about it. Is it the fact that maybe she's holding the Women's Tag Team Championship with the Pop? I don't exactly know, so I'm really stumped on what could make it a Pop Plus for this. And then the New Age Outlaws really surprised me, because if you know wrestling, you know that Billy Gunn is signed with AEW. So unless somehow it's because Road Dogg is currently a producer for WWE to make this happen, I'm really surprised that this is happening, but I'm glad that it is happening. Then for you Power Rangers fans, we have the Tommy Oliver Generations Pops of Black Dino Ranger, Turbo Red Ranger, and Zeo Red Ranger. Which I actually like this specific wave of Tommy Oliver Pops because, of course, he's played by Jason David Frank, who unfortunately passed away a few years ago. So all of you Jason David Frank fans are going to love the fact that there are pops specifically towards him coming out, and I think this will sell pretty well. A new wave of the Simpsons Pops are planning to come out in the summer of 2025, where we have Homer, Marge, Lisa with Snowball, Mr. Burns, Krusty with Mr. Teeny, Homer with Speech Bubble, and then Bart with Speech Bubble. That's going to be a specialty series exclusive. Now with the Homer and Marge, I do think it's going to act the same way as we had Bart for the recent wave of Simpsons Pops, where it's almost like a 2024, or in this case 2025 standard version of those OG Pops. So that way, if you can't afford the price point that those OG Pops are going for right now, you kind of have an alternative right here, and that's kind of the same case I find with the Krusty the Clown. And then with the Homer and Bart with the speech bubbles, I do think that it's going to be basically with famous quotes. Like with Homer, I think it's going to be either dope or donuts in my opinion, and then with Bart, there's a lot of quotes that Bart has, but I will be going to more description with this when we actually do a Simpsons podcast next week here on the channel. A new set of Looney Tunes Pops coming down the pipeline with Bugs Bunny, Daffy, Porky Pig, Sylvester and Tweety, and Taz. A lot of these characters we have had Pops already for the Looney Tunes set, except Porky Pig in the sense of an actual Looney Tunes set. While we've had him as the cadet for Duck Dodgers, we had the Space Jam: A New Legacy Pop. There's also the Porky Pig for the NFT set, dressed up as Robin. We've had a lot of Porky Pig Pops, but not normal Porky Pig for the regular Looney Tunes lineup, which is really exciting for this set. Frankenweenie Pops are coming down the pipeline with Victor Frankenstein with Frankenweenie. I think it's really cool that we have yet another Tim Burton related project being transformed instead of either The Nightmare Before Christmas or Coraline like we had the last year celebrating its 15th anniversary. Next up is the first ever wave of Wizards of Waverly Place Funko Pops featuring Alex, Justin, and Max Russo. God, I'm so excited about this because this hits me right in the childhood feels watching the Wizards of Waverly Place as a kid, and this is a perfect 3-pop set of just the kids. You can do the parents later on or characters like Harper at some point, and if I'm not mistaken, this is actually going to mark the first Selena Gomez Funko Pop when Alex Russo releases. And last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, a 2-pack of Zack and Cody from The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. Thank God that we have the Sweet Life of Zack and Cody Pops coming out. Oh, I've been waiting for this since I started collecting. And so far with Zack and Cody as a 2-pack, it definitely makes sense. If this is the only way we ever get Sweet Life of Zack and Cody Pops from this day forward, I'd be totally happy, even though there's obviously a plethora of characters like Mr. Mosby, London Tipton, even Esteban, for the fact that I would love for Funko to try and put his full name onto that Funko Pop box. I think that'd be absolutely amazing if they could pull that off. I would love to see more, but so far, just seeing this 2-pack really excites me to where I may think that 2025 may be the best year ever for Funko Pop releases. Anyways, guys, that's gonna be the end of today's video. If you enjoyed today's video of me talking about some Funko Pop leaks for 2025, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you're excited for that's gonna be releasing in 2025, and I hope to see you guys on another video here on the channel. 1, 2, 3, I'm out of here.